Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Sandbox, seeing what's going on. We're going to redraw out some new Fibonacci retracement levels and kind of just take a quick peek at some of these larger support and resistances. So obviously this previous support level is a current resistance. We can kind of see that line there. These are not just arbitrary lines on the screen. I don't just have fun with artwork on my charts. That is absolutely something that's relevant. So this level here at about 56.7 cents is a key level resistance. Okay, there's a good chance it'll line up too as well with our Fibonacci retracement levels too. Let's go ahead and see. Big surprise right there, 0.382 at about 57 cents if you round up a little bit. Okay, so again, that is an area we want to pay attention to. If we can break above that, I would say we are breaking bullish. Between now and then, I would tentatively hesitate to just go crazy. Okay, all right, so we'll talk about that much more. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade. We do have a new giveaway here with BINGX. Be sure to take advantage of that. Only 100 new users can register, and it's a $100 trading bonus just for no deposit or volume required. The reason why we're using this exchange, by the way, is because a lot of our folks, our community members, were impacted by KYC for Bybit. It was our exchange from before, and they allow you to effectively be able to use no KYC or VPN requirement in these countries. So again, be sure to check it out. Really awesome stuff here. BINGX is a fantastic exchange. Really thankful so much to them for providing us with an opportunity to help our community members. All right, so with Sandbox, what we're going to look at here is on the daily. There's a couple of things. First of all, we came down to bounce off 50 on the R side. This is a fantastic sign. That typically tells us that that was a support level, right? So with that bounce off of that level, that kind of tells us that we have a nice average true range here, right in the range of about 53 cents. Commonly, you can see the volume profile kind of follow along with that. So we got that support right here at the volume between 51 and 53. So nice stuff there in that sense. We got a good support in that range. When it comes to the hourly, the simple moving average, we'll look at hourly in a minute, we can kind of see that we are stuck underneath the 50. 50 is a very common rejection point, because this is another reason why we want to kind of hesitate to take a long just yet, because we want to break above this first. And what will commonly happen too, don't get me wrong, you're probably not going to miss out on the boat if you do this. The price action, typically when it breaks through a resistance level, it'll come back down to retest that as a support and then take off. We can see the same thing happening right now with Litecoin. As a matter of fact, I just covered this. We're poised and ready to go for a bounce off that level. It's just waiting for the price to pull back a little bit. Okay, so trying to get too ahead of yourself, and you could even ask yourself, hey, why don't I just take a long right now? Why wouldn't that work? Well, because we don't have confirmation, we're still stuck under some key level resistances. That's why. Litecoin broke free from those, and now we're using it as a support. Different story altogether. All right, again, just an example. I covered Litecoin a moment ago. You can go ahead and check that video out as well. But the bottom line here is that Sandbox, while it looks very good, we have this nice ascending trend as well, it still hasn't broken free just yet. Okay, so again, we want to wait for confirmation and make sure that the price is going where it needs to go before we take entry. Right? That's why I teach this in my trading academy, and my community members are becoming very patient traders, because you got to kind of wait for confirmation. So this is not confirmation yet, just because we have a nice green candle. All right, take a look at the 4 hour. Let's see what's going on here. We have obviously a nice little breakthrough here. This is fairly ugly, but could be interpreted as a cup and handle, right? Especially when you hit that resistance level, price comes down to bounce off the most recent high effectively, and then continues higher. That's a very common characteristic as well. So Sandbox is exuding a lot of normal things here. We can also see a MACD convergence here as well that just happened. Pretty big deal, honestly. This is a very good sign. So Sandbox to me looks like it's going to be doing pretty well here moving forward. We're above 50 on the RSI as well. There's really nothing I can see here on the 4 hour that's disadvantageous. We're above all three moving averages too. So 4 hour looks super strong. Daily looks mostly strong. Let's see what the hourly tells us. So on the hourly, we always want to look at overextension. We are overextended to a 9 right now. Okay, so the probability of the price running from here is lower unless we get a period of consolidation. Now keep in mind, this is that resistance zone that we're running into. So we could see either a rejection with a retest, or the price consolidates and continues higher, retests its previous resistance, and goes from there. That's a very, again, common characteristic. I know I keep saying that because this is exuding a lot of good things right now, and that's the main reason why I like to kind of reiterate that and let you know that these are very beneficial things you want to look for. Okay, not a lot of coins can say that right now, especially with Bitcoin just dumping and having a difficult last couple of days, right? Sandbox appears to be doing fairly well contrary to that. In fact, you take a quick look at Bitcoin's behavior, Sandbox is behaving a lot better, wouldn't you agree? Yes, we agree. Just go ahead and nod and smile. That's the way it goes. And what we want to take a look at is Ichimoku Cloud too. This is a fantastic sign too. We're back up over the cloud. even though we are fairly range bound with our activity here, being above the cloud is extremely important. This tells us we're on the right side of tracks, and the likelihood of the price coming down much lower is unlikely. Okay, if the price were to pull back because we're overextended, it should come back down to the 54 cent and come up from there. Right? Again, the most recent low is going to be the most recent, the new low, effectively. Okay, so again, as long as we don't cross this plane here at about 54 cents, we should be in good shape to see this continue upwards. So if the price does pull back, 54 would be an awesome entry level. Okay. So why don't we, just out of precaution, we'll go ahead and check out at 55. I'm going to set an alert here and come back to this later and see if this might be worth taking a long position here for our community. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there on the hourly. Last thing to note as well is we're well above the current volume for this last 24-hour period. So it's typically a really good sign when you can come above that level. It tells us that we are mostly bullish. So I think we're looking very good in that sense overall. So, granted, at this point, pending a potential minor pullback, I do feel like if it comes back to 55 or 54 cents, it'd be a great entry consideration. If it continues higher from here, just wait for the price to consolidate at this support at 56, roughly 57 cents, and then go from there. But it does look like it wants to continue to run. Just note that we are fairly overextended at this current time. Okay, so a slight pullback would make more sense than a continuation upwards. Unless we get a short squeeze, that's a different story altogether. We could see that. You never know. Great things can happen. So that's pretty much where we're at there. I do want to thank you so much for watching. We'll go ahead and cover this again here close. Keep it on our radar. And once more, hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to working with you. Have a good one. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon.